The foundation of my life, which I once believed to be the safest and most secure, crumbled in an instant when the dark truth behind my 5-year marriage to Simone was unveiled that fateful night. What I witnessed at the party turned my entire past and emotions upside down, leaving my heart shattered and my mind racing. The reality unfolding before my eyes was unfathomable, a jarring betrayal that forced me to confront the very essence of our relationship. I found myself questioning why Simone had chosen not to have me by her side that evening, and what secrets she had been concealing from me all along. Was it merely a night of fun, or was there a more shocking truth lurking beneath the surface? These questions churned in my mind as I prepared to seek answers, marking a pivotal moment in my life. Reflecting on my relationship with Simone, a flood of thoughts surged through me. 4 or 5 years she had been my wife, and all that we had built together, the laughter, the shared dreams, the intimate moments, seemed to vanish in a heartbeat. The vivid image of her sitting naked on another man's lap in a hot tub downstairs was seared into my memory, and the sight of her contentment felt like a dagger to my heart. In a daze, I pulled out my phone, driven by a desperate need to capture evidence of betrayal I was witnessing, as if documenting could somehow make it more real. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, wishing it were all a nightmare from which I could awaken. Yet when I opened them, the scene remained unchanged. Simone was still entangled with that man, laughing and enjoying herself as if I didn't exist. For a fleeting moment, I considered donning my swimsuit and confronting them, but I quickly dismissed that thought. I felt an overwhelming instinct to gather information before addressing Simone about why she had excluded me from the party and consistently distanced me from such gatherings. Just last week, I had spotted a message on her phone regarding her company's Christmas party, where she mentioned being able to bring a +1. When I brought it up, she dismissed it with a wave of her hand, claiming I would be bored, and I foolishly accepted her reasoning at the time. Now, however, I recognized that her motivations were far more complex, and she had been living a life hidden from me, one that I was completely unaware of until that moment. It became painfully clear how distant Simone had grown in recent months. Her late-night work trips and increasing number of parties were all part of a facade, meticulously crafted to mask her infidelity. She had insisted those events were strictly professional, but that night, the true nature of those gatherings was laid bare before me. I felt a deep ache in my chest as I recalled the last time we attended a party together. After introducing me to a friend, Linda, Simone had quickly immersed herself in laughter and inside jokes, leaving me feeling isolated and invisible. The memory of her disappearing into the crowd, leaving me behind, intensified my unease and made my heart race with dread. When she eventually returned, she was accompanied by 3 men, one with his arm casually draped around her waist, igniting a sense of panic within me that I couldn't shake off. When I inquired about her whereabouts, she casually claimed they had been drinking tequila, though I suspected there was more to it than she let on. Linda's mocking remark about our supposed open marriage shattered any remaining illusions I had about my relationship with Simone. It became painfully evident that those around her had normalized this betrayal, and I was left grappling with the harsh truth of Simone's duplicity. Determined to uncover the reality behind her actions, I followed Simone and the men to the penthouse. As I watched her slip into a bikini and enter the pool with them, it became clear that my marriage was crumbling before my very eyes, the life I once cherished unraveling thread by thread. In that moment, I resolved to confront her. When Linda approached me again, her taunting comment about my marriage felt like a stab in the back. The realization that Simone had been living a double life was overwhelming, creating a storm of emotions within me. Finally, I descended the stairs to find Simone, who greeted me with a casual laugh, as if this confrontation was expected. My heart raced as I showed her the video on my phone, and while her initial shock faded into indifference, I could see her carefully constructed facade beginning to crack. I declared my intention to divorce her, removing my wedding ring and placing it in her hand with finality that echoed in the air. Her pleas fell on deaf ears. I had lost all faith in her, replaced by a cold determination to reclaim my life. I packed her belongings, vowing never to return to the life we had built together. The divorce process was complicated further by Simone's dramatic claims of an unexpected pregnancy, the father of which remained a mystery. This revelation only fueled my desire to distance myself from her. I couldn't bear the thought of being tethered to the woman who had shattered my heart. The trust, love, and respect I once held for her had been obliterated that night, replaced by a profound sense of betrayal that cut deep. Yet, amidst the pain, I recognized that this hurt would ultimately fortify me. I was no longer the same Carl. My life with Simone was over. I had meticulously planned every detail of the divorce with my lawyer, ensuring that I would reclaim my independence. Despite Simone's desperate attempt to sway me back into her orbit, I felt an exhilarating sense of freedom as the divorce proceedings unfolded. Although the legal process took time, the emotional separation had already begun. I was left with an emptiness that came from having shared my life with someone who had misled me so thoroughly. However, I knew this void would gradually be filled as I reclaimed my sense of self. As I moved forward, I learned a crucial lesson about trust. Never place complete faith in anyone, no matter how secure the relationship may seem. After the dust settled from the divorce, I noticed Simone and Linda living together, working in a small shop. We crossed paths a few times, but we had become unrecognizable strangers, each carrying the weight of our choices. Years later, I met someone named Claire, who, like me, had endured betrayal in a difficult divorce that left its mark on her soul. We began our relationship by sharing our experiences, recounting our stories of heartache, and slowly building a profound connection that felt both healing and invigorating. In the early days, Claire and I spent time walking through parks and simply being together, allowing our bond to strengthen organically. She brought peace and tranquility into my life, a soothing balm for my wounded heart, and I found solace in her presence that I had long thought lost. One evening, when she asked if I found her attractive, I answered truthfully. I found her attractive in every way that mattered. Our relationship was approached with caution, as we both still carried the scars of our past. Yet we were committed to moving forward together, determined to create a new narrative for ourselves. Claire has shown me the beauty of trust and love once more, helping me to leave behind the emotional scars left by Simone. My experiences with Simone, though painful, serve as invaluable lessons, and now I look to the future with hope and gratitude for the new life I am building with Claire. Together, we embrace the journey ahead, ready to face whatever challenges may come, fortified by the strength of our shared resilience and the love we have fostered between us.